Welcome to Training on Multiple Intelligences. I'm Bethany LeBedz. So, we're not all Einsteins or Shakespeares. Does that mean we're all stupid? No, of course not. After all, if Einstein's IQ were measured by his ability to write sonnets, he would not be considered intelligent. Likewise, if Shakespeare were to be tested on the theory of relativity, he would fail. This improbable idea just goes to show that many ways exist to be smart. Since homeschooling is all about individualization, learning about multiple intelligences will further enable personalization of the learning process. Children will thrive in a learning environment that's tailored specifically to them. Community college professors, being able to utilize many different methods of teaching the same material, will help many students, especially those who do not learn well using traditional methods. Let's talk about some frequently asked questions. What are multiple intelligences anyway? Human beings possess a range of capacities and potentials, multiple intelligences, that, both individually and in consort, can be put to many productive uses. Why should we think about multiple intelligences? Students learn more difficult academic subjects better when teachers use their primary intelligences to present new information to the students. Who should use multiple intelligence strategies? The short answer is everyone. Teachers of all ages, including young college students and parents, need to be especially in tune with the intelligences of those whom they teach and/or influence. When should we start or stop employing multiple intelligence theories? We should start employing specific multiple intelligence theories as soon as our children show preferences towards certain intelligences. New approaches can be added to our teaching repertoire as we notice new aptitudes. As long as we are teaching, we shouldn't stop using multiple intelligence theories. Where can we employ multiple intelligence strategies? We can employ multiple intelligence strategies at home during homeschooling or during the early years and homework time for non-homeschoolers. We can utilize them in every classroom, including college classrooms. How can we use multiple intelligences for academic success? Everyone has some measure of all of the 8 intelligences. People are more strongly inclined to one or two than to the rest. All of the intelligences can be cultivated by everyone. Now let's take a look at the very first intelligence. Linguistic intelligence means that people are word smart. A person with a high degree of linguistic intelligence displays a sensitivity to the meaning of words, a sensitivity to the order among words, a sensitivity to the sounds, rhythms, inflections, and meters of words, and a sensitivity to the different functions of language. For curriculum planning, use lectures, discussions, storytelling, and journaling. Tools to use include books, computers, stamp sets, books on tape, CD, or MP3 podcasts. Teaching strategies, your objectives are to incorporate spoken and/or written words. Read it, write it, talk about it, listen to it, words. For assessments, have your students give oral or written reports. Give oral or written interpretations and commentaries. Have students explain a concept verbally or in writing. Now let's move on to the next intelligence, mathematical logical intelligence. These types of students are logic smart. The logical mathematical intelligence has at its root a confrontation with the world of objects. People are displaying a high level of logical mathematical intelligence, can usually perform or calculate arithmetic problems very quickly, even advanced problems. A high affinity for scientific endeavors also falls into this category. These individuals are attracted to order and patterns, especially as it relates to numbers and mathematical and scientific symbols. When you are creating curricula, think about using brain teasers, problem solving, science experiments, numbers games. Tools include calculators, math manipulatives, math games, and science equipment. Teaching strategies. Your objectives should be to incorporate numbers, calculations, logic, classifications, and critical thinking skills. Quantify, think critically, logical framework, experiments, Socratic questioning. Assessments should include having your student present statistics, present sequential cause-effect charts, write down formulas, and quantify. Spatial intelligence is the next intelligence that we will look at. That means that these students are picture smart. Central to spatial intelligence are the capacities to perceive the visual world accurately, to perform transformations and modifications upon one's initial perceptions, and to be able to recreate aspects of one's visual experience even in the absence of relevant physical stimuli. And on that note, all of the personas portrayed in this Prezi presentation were drawn by my very own spatially intelligent daughter, Megan. When you are planning curricula, think about visual presentations, art, imagination games, mind mapping, metaphors, visualizations. For tools, think about using graphs, maps, videos, art materials, optical illusions, pictures, digital cameras, color cues, and graphic symbols. Your objective in teaching strategies is to incorporate visual aids, color, art, shapes, metaphors, and visualizations. These students want to see, draw, visualize, color, and mind map. For assessments, try having your students draw maps and diagrams, develop flowcharts, draw a series of sketches. Moving on, let's take a look at bodily kinesthetic intelligence. These folks are body smart. People displaying bodily kinesthetic intelligence can use one's body in highly differentiated and skilled ways for expressive as well as goal-directed purposes. You may recognize them as the boys with ants in their pants or the girls who dance from room to room. When planning curricula, you want to think about hands-on learning, drama, dance, sports, tactile activities, field trips, and crafts. Tools that you can use teaching these students: building tools, clay, sports equipment, manipulatives, and gestures. Teaching strategies, your objectives should be to incorporate the whole body and hands-on experiences. These students want to build, act, touch, feel, dance, and move. For assessments, try having your students create 3D maps and dioramas, have them pantomime roles and characters. They would love to build structures and models, and they would like to create cheers or dances. Let's talk about musical intelligence next. People who are music smart. People who exhibit a strong inclination to musical intelligence embody the definite pitch, rhythm, and timbre of aspects of music. They love to listen to music, and they love to create, on different levels, music. They usually have strong emotional reactions to certain music as well. Curricula planning, think about incorporating raps, music. Try setting facts to music, rhythms, and playing mood music in the background. Tools that you will definitely want to have in your classroom: CD players, CDs, or MP3 recordings, rhythm instruments, melody instruments, music software. Teaching strategies should include incorporating music, environmental sounds, and rhythms. These students want to sing, rap, listen, and play an instrument. For assessments, try having your students collect music from the time period being studied, create a song or rhythm for a set of facts, or choose music to depict characters, characteristics, and movement. Let's talk about interpersonal intelligence next. People who are people smart. Those individuals who appropriately and frequently hone in on others' feelings, display empathy toward others, and interact with others are gifted with interpersonal intelligence. A tender-hearted child may often be in tears on behalf of others. While you're planning your curricula, you want to incorporate cooperative learning, peer tutoring, social gatherings, simulations, apprenticeships, and academic clubs. For tools, think about using board games, party supplies, props for role plays, and interactive software. Your objective when teaching should be to incorporate peer sharing, cooperative learning, and group discussions. These students want to teach, collaborate, and interact. For assessments, have students design class simulations, discuss events, details, facts learned, and have them demonstrate concepts using people placed in certain ways, as in act out. People who display intrapersonal intelligence are self-smart. A strong sense of self characterizes those with a high level of intrapersonal intelligence. These people feel deeply, can identify those feelings, and can express those feelings well. When you are planning your curricula, think about individualized teaching, independent study, self-esteem building, having a private place for studying, and goal-setting lessons. Tools to employ include self-checking materials and journals. Your objectives while teaching should be to incorporate personal feelings, memories, and choices. These students want to connect to personal life, make choices, and reflect. For assessments, try having these students write in their journals, relate characters and events to their own lives, or create a scrapbook with facts learned. The last of the 8 intelligences that we will talk about today is the naturalist intelligence, people who are nature smart. Individuals with naturalist intelligence are very in tune with their surroundings, especially their living surroundings. They're drawn to animals, plants, and ecology issues. When you're thinking about curricula planning, try to incorporate nature studies, ecology, taking care of animals, environmental awareness, and nature walks. Tools to incorporate include plants, animals, gardener's tools, naturalist's tools, nature videos, and maybe even a weather station. Your teaching objectives should incorporate nature, living things, and ecological awareness. These students love connections to living things and natural phenomena. They also want to emphasize awareness of their surroundings. While planning assessments for these students, examine geographical features and contributions to history, compare character development to an ecosystem development, explain phenomena using animal analogies. And that wraps up our multiple intelligences very brief overview, and I hope you'll stick around, maybe download the PDF from the website and check out my blog as well. Thank you for your attention.